Set my heart on fire.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of OzDance. Today I will be continuing the construction of my electric drift trike. If you haven't seen the last two videos, This video is basically going to be concentrating on just getting it up and running properly because, you know, when you make stuff, it doesn't go to plan the first time. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Just get it all fixed up. I've got to change how I've got the nuts on either side of the bearing. I've got nuts on one side in like a lock nut configuration, but I've decided I need one on each side. I need to change how I mounted the wheels. I need to consider flipping the axle upside down. I've got to work out whether I'm going to do that. And then I've also got to fix the handlebars because they sort of broke because I didn't mount them properly. And then if I have time, which I hopefully will, I will get to work on the electronics because we have some things to do with that. We've got to do indicators and a few other things. And watch out for, there'll be a video on how to code Arduino, just a short, 5-10 minute video, just on the basics of coding an Arduino, which is a little microcontroller board. They're about $30, I think, if you get an Arduino Uno. And yeah, they're really, really cool. So I'll be doing a little video on that, and also another separate video showing you the code I'm using for the truck, because I'm going to do a lot of electronic stuff. So how about we begin then? We have this handlebars here, and as you can see, they sort of fall off. I've taken my dodgy little bracket off, which I made because it was terrible. And now I basically have to work out how to make that stay there. I may use the bracket, I'm not sure, but yeah. So my plan is to find the centre, just so I can get in the middle, find the centre of these, line them up, and then get it exactly where I want it. And I was going to do a Tek screw, but that's a bit boring, so I'm just going to weld around the edges of here, around there, bolt the top part back on, this little bracket thing, knock off that little dodgy bit that's on there, put the bracket back on, and then put a Tek screw through that, and that shouldn't move. If that moves, well then we've got a problem. So I've got this marked out. I'm just going to clamp that like that and go and weld it. So here's a clamp. It's long enough, and I should be able to clamp it where I want it. So I've marked, you can't see, but I've marked it in the middle here. Just check if that's the right spot. So just moving it around to make sure I'm going to be happy with where I weld it. There we go, that looks pretty good there. Okay, now I'll get this out the welder and weld it. Sum up what just happened. I tried welding it, didn't work. I tried welding it again, didn't work. So what I did, I got a Tek screw, spring washer, and a bolt nut. Screwed it on. Now it doesn't move. Well, it doesn't move. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld it properly, because I couldn't actually hold it and weld it before. So now I've got a Tek screw in there, and weld it. May put another Tek screw in there, but don't think so. Lots of weld, bits of bracing, and we should be all mad. We did it! Now we can move on and fix the rear wheels. With the handlebars fixed, it's time to move on. The next problem we have is this. The bearings, I'll put the nut here and here. The problem that creates is it's actually pulling the bearings in like that, and they're not spinning as freely as I want. So I'm just going to take the wheels off and put one on each side, clamp it down, and then we can move on to electronic stuff, which is way more interesting than this. Take the wheels off, take both wheels off just to stop it moving around. As you can see, it's still locked in position because there's some lock Allen keys, screw things. Yeah, that hold it in. So I've got to take them out, but first, I'm going to get a texter. Just going to mark where my axle's got to be so that then I don't have to measure it again because I'm lazy. and I'm smart. Before we take it out, I'll just come over here and split these ones. My plan is take these off. I have to take both of them off. So I've got to get them on the other side of the bearing, which is a pain. There's our 30mm axle. Now, what I'm going to do is there's these little notches just here and there from where the screws went into the thread. It'll get hard through them. Just because the thread's all messed up from the screw. I'm not sure whether what I just did saved me any time or not. I don't think it did. Put the axle back together. It spins fairly good. It's not as free as I'd like, but I think it's just they're fairly new bearings. So now or just simply screw these on like that. Screw the nut so it's right just about at the end. I'm actually getting some PVC slicks. Well, they're not really tomorrow, but for you guys, but for me they're tomorrow. So yeah, watch out for it when I try and drift it soon. Right, I'm gonna do the other one. Then we move on to electronics, which is really exciting. Woohoo! Now it's been a few hours and there's many changes that have been done. First of which is the tacho here. This is actually a tacho of a truck with a built-in shift light, and I'm going to wire that up through the accelerator so that I can have revs and stuff, even though it's not actually going to be revving at all. The second thing is this, which is actually the horn off the motorbike that I took these handlebars and all that stuff off. So I'm going to wire that up through the button here, which is the third thing I did. Is I got the old wiring loop, which is here, and I got the plug off this control area and got all the wires sorted out for what they will do. So then tomorrow, or whenever I get to work on this next, I can get the horn wired up, I can get the shift light wired up. I'm not sure whether I'm going to use this rev meter or I might buy another one, and then I can also look at getting some headlights. I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to do this headlight or these, or I might just do both. It depends how clean I can get this front area to look. And I've also got to make a little plate to go across here to mount all my switches and controls and stuff there, and also my digital dash that I may be doing, but I'm not quite sure if I'll do that or not. It's sort of in development stages at the moment. And I've got some indicators as well that you'll see the vid coming for later. Now this is not the end of the video. This is just going to be like it really. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Facebook now. We've created a Facebook group or page. It's just Facebook.com/OzStance. But it really. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Oh. Oops. There's me.